Happy morning, my dear children and parents. Children, did you see the video? Did you like it? I know you would have liked it a lot. The story is given in detail in the video. Now, before giving you the summary of the lesson, I would like to introduce the author Ruskin Bond, who narrates the whole story. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He lives with his adopted family in Lander, Missouri, India. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, his novel in English. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. Even this you can go through. A Tiger in the House. Ruskin Bond. Children, this is pre-reading activity. This is given for you to improve your listening skills. If you were in school, I would have read this, you would have listened, then you would have asked me questions. Since all that can't happen now, let your parents help you in doing this exercise. I'll give you the gist of the story, children, summary of the story. Then I'll give a model reading for you. Timothy, the tiger cub, was discovered by grandfather on a hunting expedition in the Tarai jungle. Cub was named Timothy by the grandmother and it was fed milk in a feeding bottle by their cook Mahmud. Later he was put on a diet of raw mutton, etc. Timothy had two companions, Toto the monkey and a small mongrel puppy. Initially, it was afraid of the puppy, and later on, it became friends with him. The grandson came to his parents' house. Timothy started playing with him also. When it became a full grown retriever, he was taken for walks. People would get scared of him and go to the side of the road. At home, he will be reclining on the sofa majestically. Timothy had clean habits. When he was 6 months old, he became less friendly. He started stealing other animals for food and troubled the cook also. So Timothy was taken to a zoo and in Lucknow, and the zoo authorities were glad to receive a well-fed and fairly civilized tiger. After 6 months, grandfather went to zoo to see Timothy. When the grandfather approached the cage, he saw a full-grown tiger with a magnificent striped coat. The tiger came near him and he stroked it. When the tiger was troubled by a leopard and it would slink back to his corner. Many people gathered to see the reunion of grandfather and tiger. The keeper was surprised to see the friendly behavior of the tiger towards grandfather. The grandfather told the keeper to put tiger elsewhere as that leopard kept frightening it. The grandfather, before going back home, saw the keeper who was there when he came to leave Timothy in the zoo. The grandfather went to him and asked whether he remembered him. The keeper told that his tiger died 2 months ago of pneumonia. The grandfather couldn't believe it. He went to the tiger and told goodbye and walked briskly out of the zoo. That was very sad, children, that the tiger died and they didn't inform the grandfather. All of us feel bad about it. Yes. Now, I'll read the lesson, children. Wherever the explanation is needed, I'll be explaining it to you. Right? Timothy, the tiger cub, was discovered by grandfather on a hunting expedition in the Tarai jungle near Dehra. At first, the tiger cub, who was named Timothy by grandmother, was brought up entirely on milk given to him in a feeding bottle by our cook Mahmud. But the milk proved too rich for him, and he was put on a diet of raw mutton and cod liver oil, to be followed later by a more tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits. Children, remember, Ruskin Bond himself is narrating this story. Timothy was provided with two companions, Toto the monkey, who was bold enough to pull the young tiger by the tail and then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper, and a small mongrel puppy found on the road by grandfather. See, this was very well illustrated in the video, children. Hope you would have enjoyed it. At first, Timothy appeared to be quite afraid of the puppy and darted back with a spring if it came too near. He would make absurd dashes at it with his large forepaws and then retreat to a ridiculously safe distance. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. All the words, children, they are all given in glossary. The meanings are given in glossary. Anyway, I'll tell you once again. Expedition, journey for a certain purpose. Then what else you don't know? All the other words are very simple. Yeah, we will move on to the next paragraph. One of Timothy's favorite amusements was stalk anyone who would play with him. And so, when I came to live with grandfather, Ruskin Bond here, I became one of the tiger's favorites. With a crafty look in his glittering eyes and his body crouching, he would creep closer and closer to me, suddenly making a dash for my feet, rolling over on his back and kicking with delight and pretending to bite my ankles. See the picture given there? That is small Ruskin Bond, young Ruskin Bond, and the tiger's cub there. He was by this time the size of a full grown retriever, and when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide berth. They were all so scared. Even we would be scared, no children, when you see a tiger on the road. See, I am scared even of the dogs. You leave that. But see the tiger walking on the road, how it would have been. Imagine. So people were scared of it. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping up with him. His favorite place in the house was the drawing room, and he would make himself comfortable on the long sofa, reclining there with great dignity and snarling at anybody who tried to get him off. See, it used to relax on the sofa. That was very good. It was a scene in the video, and really I enjoyed that scene very much. Stalk here means, children, follow quietly. No, tigers are very smart always. When they have to catch the prey, what it would do? It would walk very softly, and when they come near the prey, it would pounce on them and it would eat. So same thing here. Follow quietly as if hunting. Then what else should I explain to you? See, everything is there, children, in the glossary. Hmm, yeah. And everyone on the road, they used to give a surprising look at the author, it seems. Oh, this boy with the tiger on the road, what is this, like that? Give us a wide berth here means the people were looking at them with the stayed at a safe distance. They never used to come near Ruskin Bond. Timothy had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters and was always delighted at being let out by him in the morning. So animals, no, always they want to be outside the house. But we always chain them and keep them inside the house, which they don't like. One of these days, declared grandmother in a prophetic manner, we are going to find Timothy sitting on Mahmud's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. Even the grandmother, no, she was very much worried whether the tiger, because it is grown into a retriever, So the grandmother suspected that one day it would kill the cook mammoth. Of course, it never came to that. But when Timothy was about 6 months old, a change came over him. He grew steadily less friendly. When out for a walk with me, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet pecknies. Sometimes at night, we would hear frenzied cackling from the poultry house, and in the morning, there would be feathers lying all over the veranda. Timothy had to be chained up more often, and finally, when he began to stalk Mahmoud about the house with what looked like villainous intent, grandfather decided it was time to transfer him to a zoo. So, finally, when Timothy tried to attack the cook, grandfather decided, yes, it is time we have to surrender the tiger to the zoo. The nearest zoo was at Lucknow, 200 miles away. Reserving a first class compartment for himself and Timothy, no one would share a compartment with them. Grandfather took him to Lucknow, where the zoo authorities were only too glad to receive as a gift well fed and fairly civilized tiger. So the authorities in the zoo, they were all very happy to see the tiger because it was trained well by the grandfather. About 6 months later, when my grandparents were my here, the author, good, you are following me, very good, were visiting relatives in Lucknow, grandfather took the opportunity of calling at the zoo to see how Timothy was getting on. I was not there to accompany him. He missed it, no? The author missed it. But I heard all about it when he returned to Dehra. Arriving at the zoo, grandfather made straight for the particular cage in which Timothy had been interned. The tiger was there, crouched in a corner, full grown and with a magnificent striped coat. The tiger approached the bars and to put allowed grandfather to put both hands around his head. Grandfather stroked the tiger's forehead and tickled his ear, and whenever he growled, smacked him across the mouth, which was his old way of keeping him quiet. Here, the new words. Which are the new words here? Particular cage. Yes. Nothing much here, children. Had been interned means having been put under restrictions. Yes. If someone has some mistakes, no, they'll be put in a prison, and whatever they want, they can't wag their tails in the prison. Same way here, the tiger was in the cage, and it was not allowed to do. That is the meaning of interned. He licked grandfather's hands and only sprang away when a leopard in the next cage snarled at him. Grandfather shooed the leopard away and the tiger returned to lick his hands, but every now and then the leopard would rush at the bars and the tiger would slink back to his corner. So the tiger was very much afraid of the leopard. A number of people had gathered to watch the reunion when a keeper pushed his way through the crowd and asked grandfather what he was doing. I am talking to Timothy, said grandfather. Weren't you here when I gave him to the zoo 6 months ago? I haven't been here very long, said the surprised keeper. Please continue your conversation, but I have never been able to touch him myself. He is always very bad tempered. Why don't you put him somewhere else? Suggested grandfather. That leopard keeps frightening him. I'll go and see the superintendent about it. See, the grandfather was so concerned. How a mother is concerned about the child should be taken care of. If the child is afraid, the mother would console the child like that. Here, the grandfather no is very much attached to the tiger, and whenever the leopard threatened the tiger, the grandfather was supporting, and he went to the extent of going to the superintendent, and he wanted the leopard somehow to be put in the other cage. Grandfather went in search of the superintendent of the zoo, but found that he had gone home early, and so, after wandering about the zoo for a little while, he returned to Timothy's cage to say goodbye. It was beginning to get dark. He had been stroking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes when he found another keeper observing him with some alarm. Grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the zoo. You remember me? Said grandfather. Now, why don't you transfer Timothy to another cage, away from this stupid leopard? But, sir, stammered the keeper, it's not your tiger. I know, said grandfather testily. I realized he is no longer mine, but you might at least take a suggestion or two from me. I remember your tiger very well, said the keeper. He died 2 months ago. Died? Explained grandfather. Yes, sir, of pneumonia. This tiger was trapped in the hills only last month, and he is very dangerous. Surprising, no, children? How the tiger, even though it was not Timothy, it was very friendly to the grandfather. It was very surprising, yeah. Grandfather could think of nothing to say. He became very sad about it. The tiger was still licking his arm with increasing relish taste. Grandfather took what seemed to be to him an age to withdraw his hand from the cage. With his face near the tiger's, he mumbled, "Good night, Timothy," and giving the keeper a scornful look, walked briskly out of the zoo. See, even when he left the zoo, children, the grandfather didn't believe that it was not his Timothy. So, thinking that it was Timothy only, he left the zoo and he came home. Even though the story ends with a sad note, children, see the affection between the animal and the human being. That is what we have to learn here. See, when we are not happy with someone, we get angry, we shout at them and all those things. But grandfather, how nicely he brought about that animal, how he pet the animal, how he took care of the animal. Then later, when it crossed the limits only, he left the animal in the zoo. So the moral, what we have to learn, children, from this, we have to be loving towards animals. And the way in which the grandfather was behaving with the tiger in the zoo also, really it is moving, children. And now the question answers I have sent in the Word document. It will also be uploaded, children. Copy the question answers in your classwork. Your essay you have to copy in the homework notebook, children. And I will be meeting you next Monday. Thank you, children.